Let me ask you something. What if the hardest fight you will ever face isn't in the world around you, but inside your own mind? Every morning, without realizing it, you step into a quiet battle. Your thoughts begin speaking before you even leave your bed. Some push you forward. Others pull you back. And over time, the ones you listen to most begin to shape your life. The world may tell you your past defines you, that your mistakes are permanent, that your failures are proof of who you are. But that story is incomplete. Your mind is the doorway to your future. And if you learn how to control it, you change everything. For a long time, you may have let certain thoughts live inside you without question. Thoughts born from fear. Thoughts planted by people who doubted you. Thoughts created by moments when you fell short. They whispered quietly, again and again, until they felt true. And one day, without noticing, you started believing them. But imagine a moment when you finally stop. A moment when you decide you're done letting fear speak for you. Done letting insecurity choose your path. Done repeating the lie that you're not good enough, not strong enough, not worthy enough. Because the truth is this: you are not your thoughts. You are the one listening to them. Inside you, there is a stronger version of yourself. A version that has survived every hard day you thought would break you. A version that knows how to grow, heal, and rise. But reaching that version requires something most people never learn. You must stop letting your mind control you and start guiding it instead. This doesn't mean pretending everything is fine. It means facing the noise inside your head and choosing calm anyway. It means realizing that thoughts are not facts. They are habits. And habits can be changed. There was a time when your mind learned to protect you by expecting the worst. That's why negative thoughts show up so easily. They were never trying to destroy you. Slowly, the spell starts to break. You realize many of these thoughts are echoes from the past, not messages about your future. They are patterns you learned, not limits you were born with. You start paying attention to the way you talk to yourself. You catch the lies as they appear. You write them down. You say them out loud. And once you see them clearly, they lose their power. A lie cannot survive awareness. Then comes the moment of choice. A thought says, "I'm a failure." And instead of accepting it, you challenge it. Have I really failed, or did I simply fall and learn? Would someone who loves me define me this way? That's when you take your power back. Not by fighting yourself, but by speaking truth where fear once lived. You replace the lie with something real. Something honest. Something stronger. You learn that not every thought deserves your attention. Not every voice in your head deserves belief. And with every small decision to choose truth over fear, you reclaim a piece of yourself. Your mind was never your enemy. It was just untrained. And now, step by step, thought by thought, you begin turning it into your greatest ally. At some point, you realize that you can't just silence negative thoughts, you have to answer them. This is where your words become your weapons. Not fake positivity. Not empty slogans. Real, honest truths that stand up to fear. When a thought says, "I'm not good enough," you don't panic. You respond. You say, "I'm learning. I'm growing. I deserve respect and success." When your mind says, "I'll never get through this," you remind yourself, "I've survived every hard day so far. I will survive this one too." This isn't about pretending life doesn't hurt. It's about refusing to let your mind bully you with lies. Fear is loud, but truth can be louder if you choose it. You have to become the coach in your head, not the critic. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to a friend who's struggling. Encourage. Correct. Support. Because thoughts don't stop at thoughts. Thoughts turn into beliefs. Beliefs shape who you think you are. And who you think you are controls how you act. If you want your life to change, it starts with changing the way you talk to yourself. So you begin paying attention. You write down the negative thoughts that show up the most. And next to each one, you write the truth. You say those truths out loud. In the morning. At night. Every time the lie returns. At first it feels strange. But over time, your brain learns. Just like a muscle, it grows stronger through repetition and patience. This is a battle, and every battle needs a strategy. Challenging your thoughts is the strategy. Replacing them is your power. You're not weak for having negative thoughts. You become strong when you face them. Your future depends on which voice you believe. So choose carefully. One thought at a time, you begin rewriting your story. Then you start noticing something else. Your thoughts don't come from nowhere. They're shaped by what you feed your mind every day. Just like your body reflects what you eat, your mind reflects what you consume. You look at your life honestly. What are you watching? What are you listening to? Who are you around? What fills your screen when you scroll? Because all of it is programming your mind, whether you notice it or not. If your days are full of drama, negativity, and chaos, it makes sense that your thoughts feel heavy. If you're surrounded by people who complain, criticize, or spread fear, it's no surprise your confidence fades. Your environment shapes your mind. So you get intentional. You clean up your social media. You unfollow what drains you. You stop comparing your life to highlight reels. You choose peace over staying updated on everyone else's opinions. You also look at the people around you. Some lift you up. Others make you doubt yourself. And you learn that protecting your peace sometimes means creating distance, even from people you care about. Then you focus on what to add, not just what to remove. You read things that strengthen you. You listen to voices that challenge and encourage you. You fill your mind with ideas that remind you of your purpose. Slowly, your thinking starts to change, not because life got easier, but because your mental diet got healthier. Negative thoughts grow best in unhealthy environments. So you change the environment. You guard your attention. You protect your peace like it matters, because it does. You may not stop every negative thought, but you can stop feeding them. Control what goes in, and you'll change what comes out. And then there's presence. You realize that most of your suffering doesn't live in the present moment. It lives in replaying the past or worrying about the future. Old mistakes. What ifs. Things that haven't even happened yet. So you practice being here. Now. You slow down. You breathe. In the morning, before reaching for your phone, you take a moment to feel your breath, hear the room, ground yourself. When a negative thought appears, you don't fight it. You notice it. You name it. This is fear. This is anxiety. And by naming it, you weaken it. You remember you are the observer, not the prisoner of your thoughts. Sometimes you sit quietly for a few minutes, focusing on your breath or on gratitude. You bring yourself back to your senses when your mind spirals. What you can see. What you can hear. What you can feel. This brings you back to reality, where your strength is. Being mindful doesn't mean being calm all the time. It means being aware enough to choose how you respond. It teaches you that just because a thought shows up doesn't mean it belongs. Little by little, you catch the lies faster. You react less. You choose more intentionally. One breath at a time, one moment at a time, you reclaim control. And finally, you understand this. You start your day before the noise of the world takes over. Before messages, problems, and responsibilities rush in, you take a few quiet minutes for yourself. You sit in silence, pray, meditate, or think about what you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be long. Even 5 minutes can change how your whole day feels. You remind yourself who you are, what matters to you, and who you're becoming. Then you speak truth to yourself. Not empty words, but real statements that match your struggles. If fear shows up, you say, I am brave. I move forward even when I'm scared. If doubt appears, you say, I am capable. I am worthy. I trust myself. Say it out loud. Let your voice be stronger than the one in your head that tries to pull you down. As the day goes on, you check in with yourself. You pause and ask, what am I thinking right now? Is this thought helping me or hurting me? Is it true, or is it fear? When you catch a negative thought, you don't let it run wild. You stop it. You redirect it. Even one moment of awareness can stop a downward spiral. At night, you slow down again. You reflect on your day. You write about what went well, what you're proud of, and what you want to do better tomorrow. Writing helps you see your progress and release emotions instead of holding them inside. You also forgive yourself for overthinking, for mistakes, for being human. Growth needs grace. You make sure to feed your mind with good things. You read, listen, or watch content that lifts you up and challenges you to grow. You choose voices that inspire you, not ones that make you doubt yourself. Even 10 minutes a day can shift how you think. And most importantly, you stay consistent. Your mental health isn't something extra. It's the base of everything in your life. The more you train your mind, the easier it becomes to catch negative thoughts before they take over. This is how you win the battle in your mind. You show up every day. Even when it's hard.